everyone, and welcome to another episode of Crafty Beer Reviews. Today I will be reviewing the latest release from Bell's. This right here is the Oracle. This is yet another very limited double IPA from them. This comes out late summer every single year, yet I have never gotten my hands on it. It always seems to go really fast. I don't know if it's traditionally sold by the 4-pack or 6-pack because every store I've ever been to sells it as a single bottle, and this is a super fresh bottle. It was bottled on the 8th of August. Today is the 22nd of August, putting this right at the 2-week mark, so I am super stoked to finally be trying this one and to be reviewing it for you guys. Let's go ahead and check out the aroma. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's very citrusy up front. I'm getting a lot of orange peel. I'm definitely getting grapefruit. I'm getting a touch of like a lemon zest. Definitely getting a very piney note. I'm getting a slightly kind of resinous, almost to the point of being like a resinous kind of dank note from the hops. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of like some floral aroma as well. Touch of bready sweetness. I get just a hint of alcohol, not a ton. It's not really forward, but I can smell just a touch of it. Yeah, all in all, just a very hop forward beer. Again, I smell a little bit of a sweeter malt, but not much. Let's go ahead and take our first sip. And that went well with the thunder, didn't it? I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it just thundered. Wow. This thing is explosive, let me tell you. Right up front, it's just really just juicy, sweet, very fresh tasting orange. There's a ton of this bittersweet grapefruit. Tastes like a ripe grapefruit. Definitely a ton of lemon in there as well. It's got this really nice kind of lemon zestiness to it. And it also has a sweeter component to it. There's almost like a sweeter kind of candied grapefruit, kind of a candied orange peel. I'm definitely getting the piney notes in here. I'm definitely getting that resiny, piney note in there as well. Very resinous on the finish, actually. I'm getting a ton of pine. Definitely getting a little bit of the floral component. Not too much, but it's definitely in there. This is mainly just a very citrus and pine-forward hoppy double IPA, and that is A-okay with me because this is great tasting. I'm getting a lot more malt as it sits on my palate. The longer it sits there, I'm getting some of that toffee, slight caramel, a lot of sweet bread as well. Yeah, it's more on the medium side of full for a body. It's actually kind of creamy and rich. It's very coating. And dries off enough on the back end to keep you wanting coming back for more. I mean, as you guys see, for being 10%, I'm not having too much trouble polishing this thing off. It's got a very crisp, clean type of taste to it as well. The bitterness, again, it kind of reminds me of Mars a bit, just because there is a decent level of bitterness, especially considering this is a double IPA. I mean, this is not one that if you don't like hops, you don't like very bitter beer, this is definitely not one to jump into. That being said, though, if you like double IPAs, I don't think that it's overly bitter. It just kind of has this balance to it because the malt bill is definitely bigger in this one. Definitely lends itself to that sweeter side, but then it has enough of the hop bitterness to really kind of keep this thing's balance, and it makes for a pretty easy drinking beer. Now, in terms of alcohol, again, I could smell a little bit. I couldn't really taste it. I get a definite warmth as it goes down, but it's 10%. It's about 2 weeks old, so, you know, noticeable is going to be expected, but it's not offensive, which is important. It is a little bit more boozy than certain double IPAs, and I know I said this in past reviews, I've said it to other people as well. I think about 9% is the range I prefer just because you don't get too many sweet malts, you also get too much alcohol. I think 10% and above is kind of pushing it where you do get more sweetness, a little bit more alcohol, but that being said, this is obviously very well crafted. And it's not a cheap beer, so if you guys find it and it's in a 4 or 6 pack, let me know how much that cost because this was $3.50 for a single 12-ounce bottle. Not unheard of, it's just a little bit more expensive than your everyday beer. So as far as the rating goes, guys, I'm going with a 9 out of 10. Again, this is a really enjoyable double IPA. Another fresh, enjoyable double IPA from Bell's recently. You know, it's got that big citrusy, piney character. I'm digging the floral notes. I really like that resiny note. You know, the balance of the sweeter notes really does kind of help to make this more of a drinkable beer. And despite the fact that you can tell it's 10%, it's not offensive. So just all in all, a nice beer. Go check it out. Don't expect to be, you know, having your mind blown. I think it's probably a little overhyped. It's just a really solid double IPA, and if you like that kind of thing, go check it out. Alright guys, as far as a musical recommendation, I want you to check out a group by the name of Ancestors and their 2009 record Of Sound Mind. Now, they're kind of this psychedelic rock, stoner metal group. They have really, really long songs. I think this record in particular maybe is 4 to 5 songs. Most of them are, 10 to 15 minutes long. Just really kind of psychedelic, groovy, tons of solos. It's awesome, awesome stuff. If you like that kind of thing, I think you'll dig it. Alright guys, that does this beer review. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And remember, I hope whatever you're doing involves good craft beer. See ya.